Hey folks, I'm here fixing the horn on my beloved Volvo V70 2004, and the horn has been intermittent. I actually was using it a bunch and I broke it, and my wonderful mechanic pointed out, he's so nice, his name's Kevin, he's the best. He pointed out that there's two horns, and so the fact that it's intermittent means probably one of the horns is bad. What happens is I hit the steering wheel and the fuse and the relay, it'll work like for a little bit, and then the fuse and the relay will both blow up. And I can replace those and get like a few honks, and then they'll both blow up again. So yeah, really kind of narrows it down to the horn given how simple the circuit is. There's either, you know, there's really not much else to it, and this is what my mechanic was pointing out. He's like, the steering wheel, it just connects a ground, so it makes a lot of sense. And there's another video online that says to take off the entire front assembly to get to this, and I'm so lucky. I listened to my mechanic and another video which actually doesn't require that, and I'm going to show you this trick because hopefully it'll save you a bunch of time. What you actually want to do is just pop in the 4 plastic parts in here, and then you can kind of bend this back a little bit, and you'll find some spring tabs that hold in these 4 clips. There's 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom. Now one of them did break off in the middle, so you kind of angle it, and so I guess maybe that's a risk if you're doing it this way and not taking off the whole front. But honestly, I still think it might be worth it. I'm just gonna epoxy that one clip that broke. I'm not super worried about it, but I guess we'll see what, you know, we'll see what happens. Yeah, and I think it's possible, but you do have to kind of angle it if you're gonna do it that way. So yeah, and now what I'm gonna do next, I think, is I might just sacrifice another relay in the hope that I can just narrow it down by unplugging one of these. I have no idea which one is going to be broken. I could actually get to them now, so I can actually take them on the bench and test them. The other thing about doing it this way, by the way, is I can leave this off. This is a vanity thing, so I can drive around like this, and I don't have to do the whole job in one day, which is kind of nice. So anyway, I hope this is useful. I'm going to keep posting updates on this one. Maybe I'll combine it into a video later for this horn repair. Alright, here we are back with the Volvo horn repair. I put a beanie to try to dampen the noise a bit so I don't annoy everyone around me while I test this. But it looks like this is the bad one. I used a digital multimeter. Use this guy, which is actually pretty nice. And this horn measured, at least with this cheap multimeter that I like, 1.1 ohms, and this one measured 0.7 ohms. So I initially thought this would be the good one and that would be the bad one. But I hooked them up individually, and I replaced the relay and fuse, which look like so. The relay is a 9441161. They can have different numberings and stuff, but looks like so. It's a 15 amp fuse, and where that all goes is it's this fuse right here in the middle, the blue one, the 15 amp, and it's FMI 12, which is this relay right here, which you can see here from the panel if it's right there, signal horn FMI 12. So I replaced those, and you can hear it clicking when you hit the horn, and which I did when I had it disconnected, and now seems to be working good. So I've only got one horn, which would actually be fine. I mean, that's probably fine for most things, but I like to have my Volvo nice and stock, so I'll see if I can source another horn online. You can actually hear like a little something rattling in here. And yeah, this just broke from just pressing the horn too much. So watch out for that road rage, everybody. Hope this was helpful to you. And oh, by the way, to remove these plugs, you just this was something I needed to know when I was doing this. You just push down on the metal and then pull. And you actually have to push down when you insert it back in too. So just FYI. you know, take a look at your clips, make sure they're all bent in the right angle. I've got one of them that's bent a little wonky up here, so I'm gonna use some pliers, bend that out a little bit, and yeah, we'll be in business. Cool. All right, so back here with another part of this Volvo V70 horn replacement repair job. And I've now taken this bracket off the broken one, put it on here, this one that I got off eBay. I guess they made these for other makes and models and maybe other brands of cars too. And this one came with a protective cover because I guess water and stuff, maybe rocks and things can get up into these. So that's cool, you know, extra cover, why not? And if we look here though, I just decided to be super specific and get something that looked as identical as possible. And the number here to look out for is this one right here, which 0055306, and then FIAMM. And so if you look those up, you'll find something. They do have a different design, I think, for the left and right. So it really doesn't matter. It's just a horn. But I don't know. I like my car. I'm weird. I wanted something that matched as close as possible. The orientation of this is slightly different. It's at a 45-degree angle on mine, and this one it's straight down for the plug. Don't think that matters. In fact, I'm pretty sure that doesn't matter. But that's about as close as I could get. This was $20. The seller was very nice, accepted my offer. $20 shipped. So really not bad. Didn't have to go to the junkyard. And we're going to put this back in. Also, I've now got my my front grille here all fixed up. There was a couple cracks. You see I epoxied that one there. I also used some super glue gel, some Loctite super glue gel, and the epoxy type that I used, I forget the brand, but it doesn't matter, you know, just some good stuff. Turns out this is not actually metal. It looks like metal, but if you see here, where does it say it? Oh, right over here. It is ABS plastic. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, right there. It's ABS, so that explains why this bent and cracked pretty easily. It's not actually metal, so be gentle when you're taking out these clips. I'm going to go use my pliers as well to bend the clips that these match into a little more accurately. And then this should just slot right in. I'll put the bottom four in first, but of course I got to do that after installing the horn, and more to come. All right, got the new horn back in here. A little bit annoying that this thing is kind of sagging there, but that's okay. There's a screw here. The bracket goes behind the plate, and then the bracket's threaded with its own kind of welded in nut, basically in the back. 10 millimeter hex bit goes through. Since this one has the plug facing downwards, it's actually really hard to get to, which is kind of weird. Maybe that's on purpose, I don't know. But it's got the same push-in clip and all that, but it still worked. Same plug, everything. And I just tested it. I disconnected this horn and tested it, and it sounds really nice. Both sounding good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy back in, and also fix some of these clips here. I think a couple of these looked a little jank up in here. Can't actually see them super well. So I might get my headlamp as well. But yeah, getting pretty close here. There we are, all done and put back together. I just carefully lined up each of the four clips, you know, and then kind of bent them down, and then just kind of went for it, you know, gently, you know, not too rough, but a little bit, you know, just kind of pushed them in there. All the clips seem to latch in pretty good. And then there's actually 6 of the black kind of plug style clips in the top. And I'm gonna see if I can make a 3D model of those, and that way people can make their own, because those are, a couple of those are missing on mine too. But yeah, grill's all in, horns are working. This is pretty sweet.